Victor Wembanyama and Anthony Edwards are two of the brightest young stars in the NBA, and today I'm going to be giving Wemby and Ant the perfect teammates. Whoever lifts the Larry O'Brien first will be declared the winner of this video. Now obviously, Wembanyama's Spurs are going to need a lot more help than Ant's T-Wolves, because Wemby's got like Devin Vassell and Chris Paul. Ant, he has Cat, Gobert, Naz Reid, a solid squad. But my ultimate goal is to make these teams as even as possible and make them both contending level team. But let's start off in San Antonio, because this is where we have a lot of work to do. First of all, I like Chris Paul, but I'd like him more in a backup PG role. So we're going to bring in a guy who's one of the greatest playmakers of all time, LeBron James. That's right, we're bringing Unk to the team. We're going to play Bron at the point guard position and see what a James and Wembanyama duo would look like. Next up, I want to get us a starting two guard who can really score. I like Devin Vassell and I think he can score it, but at 24 years old, I'm not sure if I trust him to start on a contender. So we're going to get somebody a little bit more established. You know what? Forget what I was saying about getting a two guard. Let's bring Kawhi back to San Antonio. I didn't even think I was going to do this, but man, LeBron, Kawhi, and Wembanyama, that's fire. The defense of Kawhi and Wemby, plus there's no injuries. I think this will be a comp trio. Now we just got to get the right role players and we'll be smooth. And don't worry, we'll give Ant a lot of help as well. Like I told y'all, I want these teams to be even and I want them both to be contenders. And I think with the big three of LeBron, Kawhi, and Wemby, we've definitely got a contender in San Antonio, that's for sure. Now at the power forward spot, I'm actually going to go get Jalen Johnson. I like his game. He can shoot the three a little bit. He should be able to defend for us. And he'll bring a little more youth to the starting lineup because Bron and Kawhi, you know, they are a little bit older. And with us having LeBron, Kawhi, and Wemby, I'm actually cool with Devin Vassell starting at the two. So now we just got to figure out the bench. We're going to have Chris Paul be the backup PG. I think that's fine. Keldon Johnson, he can run some backup small forward. But I do want to get us a backup center. And if you need a backup center in 2K, there's one guy you go to. It's Andre Drummond. Trust me. He's so reliable to have for your 2K teams. And then Jeremy Sohan, I'm not sure if I trust him to be playing real rotational minutes on a contender. So I'm going to go get a different four. Give me PJ Washington, a guy who was red hot at times in the NBA playoffs for the Dallas Mavericks. Now we just need a backup two guard and we will be all good to go with a 10-man rotation. Oh, I know who I'm about to go get. Give me Grayson Allen, an elite shooter for the bench. And speaking of elite shooters, I know the first guy I'm bringing to Minnesota, Steph Curry. And I'm going to send Rudy Gobert out of here. I want to get a center who's a little more versatile defensively. Welcome to the team, Wardell. Now we got to go find that center I'm looking for. I do have a few names in mind. You know who's perfect? Nicholas Claxton. Give me Clax, man. He's versatile enough to where he'll be able to defend on the perimeter, and we need that. So welcome to Minnesota, Clax. But I'm looking at this roster and I'm realizing, man, this is nowhere near as good as that Spurs roster. So I'm going to go get us one more big piece, Lauri Markkanen. Now we're cooking here in Minnesota. I'm going to move Naz Reid to the backup power forward position. I want Claxton starting at center. Naz Reid will give us that scoring punch off the bench. Mike Conley, I'm cool with him as the backup point guard. Jaden McDaniels, he'll be great at the backup small forward spot. He's deserving of a starting role. Unfortunately, in 2K, though, his numbers just aren't as good as they are in real life, so I'd rather have him as a backup here in the video game, right? Now let's go get ourselves a backup two guard. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, another guy who's really good in real life, solid bench player, but unfortunately in 2K, that's just not the case. So I'm going to go get us a super role player. Give me Alex Caruso. Dang it, I keep pressing the wrong button instead of pressing to make the trade. All right, there we go. We got Alex Caruso. And now all we need is a backup center. And I'm going to go get us a stretch five. Give me Kelly Olynyk. Kind of a random name, but why not bring him in? Now I'm going to go ahead and throw this roster into my NBA. We can check out the rotations, make sure everything's looking good. I think that both the Spurs and Timberwolves will be top 4 teams in the West at the very least. I think these squads will be the elite of the elite, though, for sure. I got the rotation set up the way I want them. Here's the starting 5 and bench for the San Antonio Spurs. Here's what things are looking like over in Minnesota. And now we're all ready to get started. Oh, wait, I forgot one thing. To ask y'all to subscribe to the channel, man. I know it gets annoying, but I'm not going to lie to y'all. That 100K plaque would look real cool on the wall. So I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. You don't have to, obviously. But yeah, now we can get to the end of the season. That's enough begging for subscribers. Season is over with, and we are in for a treat in these playoffs. I made these teams almost perfectly evenly matched, man. Nikola Jokic wins MVP, Dalton Connect Rookie of the Year, the Brody, 6th Man of the Year, Wembenyama DPOY, Jalen Johnson Most Improved. I thought Jalen would be really good. And there's Trae Young Clutch Player of the Year, Chris Finch wins Coach of the Year. So the Wolves, they won 63 games, and the Spurs were very close behind them in the standing. We saw Victor Wembanyama on All-NBA second team, which is insane, by the way. He was the only player out of either one of our teams that made All-NBA. LeBron actually made All-Defensive first. Wow. He averaged 19, 6, and 8, so he was focused on the playmaking and defense this year. Wembanyama, of course, here on the All-Defensive team as well. No All-NBA or All-Defense for any Wolves players, despite the fact that they won 63 games. But as you guys can see, the Spurs were right behind them with 61 wins. We've got a real competition between these two teams. Checking out the stats on the season, Ant Edwards led the way for Minnesota. Curry was close behind in terms of scoring. Cat and Laurie were also very good. Naz Reid did his thing off the bench. Claxton, 2.4 blocks. That's exactly what Minnesota needed out of him as a rim protector. Then the rest of the guys, you know, they were just filling in as role players. As for the Spurs, Wemby led the way in scoring. Bron was second. I guess Bron and Kawhi were tied for second, huh? Devin Vassell gave a solid 16, and there's the most improved player, Jalen Johnson. Bench players were also solid. Overall, seems like both of these teams played very well together. Coach moved Jalen Johnson off the bench, huh? Started PJ. I guess PJ does have that experience playing in the playoffs with the Mavs and everything. Whoa, what's the Wolves coach doing, bro? Chris Finch, Coach of the Year. You got Karl Towns on the bench. And you got Markkanen on the bench. What's going on? Don't worry. I'll get these rotations right for the playoffs. First of all, we're going to do an 8-man rotation for both of these teams. Because in the playoffs, typically you are going to be running an 8-man. You want your 8 best guys out there. And then I'm also going to make sure that the starters are getting heavier minutes, because that's usually how things go in the playoffs as well. All right, that looks pretty good for the Timberwolves. And then we'll head over to the Spurs and get things right. I'm going to start Jalen Johnson for them. I feel like that's just better, to be honest with you. And we'll have them run an 8-man. PJ can bring that scoring punch off the bench. Everything looks good. Let's get this going for the playoffs. Round 1, the Wolves will be taking on the Warriors coming out of the play-in. Yeah, the Warriors are cooked in this one. And then the Spurs, oh man, they got a tough matchup. The Mavericks. How were the Mavs in the play-in? Well, we'll see if the Spurs can manage that. They're down 2-0 early. Wolves are up 2-0. Wolves are up 3-0. Spurs finally get a game. Okay, the Spurs take 2 games. Looks like the Timberwolves will make easy work of the Warriors. So for now, we're going to focus in on this Mavs-Spurs series. San Antonio got off to a slow start, but since they've picked things up, and this Game 5 is going to be a big one for the momentum of the series. Looks like it's close, so we might as well jump in. 2 minutes and 21 seconds remain. San Antonio Spurs are up by 3, and they also have possession of the ball. LeBron and Luka guarding each other. That's fire. Oh, Clay switched on to Bron. Bron's going to the basket. He's defended by 3 players, and he'll pass it to Wemby, who gets fouled. Lively, the hard foul. Wemby was a little mad after. Victor at the line. First free throw is good. If he hits this second one, the Spurs lead will be up to 5, and he converts. Still plenty of time left for Dallas. They've got some great offensive players who can help them get back in this one. Kyrie Irving will get the screen from Maxi Kleber. Irving gives it down to Doncic. Doncic trying to back down James. He fades and hits. I told y'all, the Mavs got some offensive players who can really score. Now here comes Kawhi for San Antonio. Leonard defended by Clay. Kawhi gives it to Jalen Johnson. Johnson to James. James back to Leonard. Leonard's wide open. And of course he's going to hit that. That mid-range is Kawhi's bread and butter, man. Here comes Luka Doncic. Doncic steps back, fakes the three, gives it up to Kleber. Maxi Kleber finds Clay with some room. Thompson hits. Kawhi just wasn't there defensively. Clay guarding Kawhi. Between those two guys, they probably got about one working knee. LeBron James with the rock. James going to the basket, fakes. Gonna swing it out to Leonard. Leonard gives it up to Johnson. Now it goes back to Kawhi. Kawhi to Vassell. Not much time left on the shot clock here. Spurs are going to have to throw something up. Devin Vassell, tough midi is up, and it's in. Looked like a wasted possession for San Antonio, but they made something out of nothing. Spurs are up by 4. Luka Doncic with the rock. Doncic to the basket, fakes, swings to an open Clay. Thompson can't hit. James the rebound. LeBron gives it up to Vassell. Vassell will get the screen from Wembanyama. Now Devin lobs it up. Wemby somehow catches it and lays it in. Are you kidding me? That was such a tough catch from Victor. Wemby just caught that in traffic. That's insane, man. Luka Doncic with the ball. Doncic barreling to the rim, and he's fouled. 36.5 seconds left. Doncic hits the first. If he hits the second, our lead will be down to 4. But that means it's still a 2-possession game. Not looking good if you're the Dallas Mavericks in this one. Ball will go to James, and he's fouled. So the Mavs opt to intentionally foul early. LeBron isn't the best free throw shooter ever. First one is good. The Mavs could really use a miss here from James, but they're not going to get it. Bron, a big free throw there. Spurs are up by 6. If you're Luka and the Mavs, you're probably looking for a quick 3. Doncic to the basket. Clay's wide open in the corner, and he misses. Klay Thompson. Come on, Clank. That'll do it. The San Antonio Spurs get the W. Wembanyama 28. LeBron a triple-double. Kawhi a double-double. Jalen Johnson 22 points. Luka played well, but the Mavs supporting cast didn't really show up, especially Clay. He had some clean looks that he just didn't hit. So now things are looking better for San Antonio. They could get out of here in 6 against the Mavs, and I'm guessing the Warriors, yeah, they went ahead and lost in 5 to the Timberwolves. So Ant and Curry are moving on to round 2. We'll see if LeBron, Kawhi, and Wemby can follow suit. All right, looks like the Spurs are moving on as well. 31 from Leonard in this one. And in round 2, the San Antonio Spurs, they got the Nuggets. That's going to be tough. Jokic just won an MVP in this simulation. And the Wolves, another tough matchup. They'll be taking on the Thunder. Our squads are going to be put to the test, but if they can win, we will get a Wolves-Spurs conference finals, which of course is exactly what I want to see. Both teams up 1-0. Great start. Wolves up 2-0. It's a 1-1 series between the Spurs and the Nuggets. Wolves are up 3-0. Spurs down 2-1, but they did start their series against the Mavs a little bit slow. If you're San Antonio, though, you gotta win this game 4. You can't afford to go down 3-1 to Denver. The Nuggets are too good of a team to blow a 3-1 lead. This one's close. Oh man, we gotta jump in. 2-point ball game, minute 53 left. If the Spurs lose this game, I'd say their season is all but over with. So they need this one to tie the series up. Jalen Johnson will give it into PJ Washington. Washington gives it right to James. James has the mismatch with Murray defending him. He draws the double. James kicks it out to a wide open PJ. He can't hit. That would have been a big bucket there for the Spurs. But Washington couldn't convert. Here comes the Joker. He'll give it to Murray. Murray down to Jokic. Jokic is defended by Victor here. Joker trying to back down Wembanyama, and it's an offensive 3-second violation. Devin Vassell is checking in now for your Spurs. You don't see 3-second violations very often. Here's LeBron James with the rock. James at the top of the key, taking his time here. We'll get the screen from Jalen Johnson. LeBron gonna pull the jumper over Gordon, can't hit. Nuggets can tie this game with a 2, take the lead with a 3. Christian Brown way too open, and he knocks it down. I don't know what we're doing defensively. Devin Vassell just kind of ran away from Christian Brown, gave him a wide open shot. So we are now down by a point as the clock ticks under a minute. James gets the screen from Wembanyama, has a wide open three. LeBron answers with a three of his own. 9 in the fourth quarter for the King. And the Nuggets, they're going to call a timeout and talk things over as they're down 2 with 52 seconds left. Let's see what Coach Mike Malone drew up. Aaron Gordon is inbounding the ball. And they just wasted another timeout. Nice. Thank goodness 2K25's on the way. Hopefully they fix that in the new game. I don't know how they didn't fix it all year, but whatever. Let's try this again. Aaron Gordon is inbounding. It'll go into Christian Brown. Now it goes to Jamal Murray. Murray gonna let a three fly. He misses. Jalen Johnson the rebound, and if the Spurs score here, it'll be a 2-possession game. Johnson gives it right to James. LeBron gonna waste a bit of time. Now he gets the screen from Wembanyama. James gonna take a jumper over Jokic. I don't know why he didn't kick it to Wemby, but now the Nuggets can take the lead with a 3 or tie this game with a 2. Murray lets a 3 fly, and it's good. Oh, man. 22 and a half seconds remain. And if the Spurs don't get a bucket here, they might be out of here. If I'm San Antonio, I'm getting the ball to Wemby in the post. But Bron might call his own number here. We'll see. James gets the screen from Johnson. LeBron down to Jalen Johnson. Please pass it. Okay. Watch Jalen Johnson taking the shot. We got Kawhi, Bron, Wemby. And yeah, Jalen Johnson gets his stuff erased. Bro, I was giving Johnson his props as well. He's been playing really well for us. He won most improved and everything. But bro, he should not be the one taking a big shot like that. Now, we're going to have to foul. Even if Murray hits both these free throws, the good news for us is that it will still be a 1-possession game. Murray at the line. First one's good. Second one for Jamal is also good. Okay, we need a 3. No timeouts left. Let's lock in. LeBron James is bringing up the ball. James to Leonard. Leonard pulls immediately. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that might do it, bro. This series might be over with. Joker, 32 points. 23 from number 23. 20 from Kawhi. Only 15 from Wemby. Just not the best game from the big 3 in San Antonio. And while the Spurs are struggling, the Wolves are cooking. They're up 3-0. We'll see if the Spurs can at least win Game 5, make things interesting. They do, okay. And it was a big win. That's a statement W. Wolves are in the conference finals waiting on the Spurs if they can pull off this comeback. Lock in Wemby, lock in Bron. Come on, Kawhi. 4-7 here at least. Make things interesting. We got a kind of close one. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're jumping in. 2 minutes and 16 seconds left. San Antonio Spurs are currently down by 3. Hopefully we'll get to see some Wolves gameplay soon. We've seen a lot of Spurs, and I'm not complaining because, man, this has been fun. Ball will go down to Jokic in the post as the Nuggets have the lead. Joker going at Wemby. Wembanyama, the snatch block. All right, here we go in transition. Victor with the rock. Wembanyama going to a couple dribble moves. Oh my goodness, Wemby Irving. Wembanyama kicks it out to an open Keldon Johnson, and Johnson cashes out. This game is all tied up. Now it's Aaron Gordon with the ball for the Nuggets. AG lobs it to Jokic, and Jokic completes the lob. Okay, then. Nuggets up by 2. Here comes Bron for the Spurs. James, defended by MPJ here. Bron will get the screen from Wembanyama. James down to Wemby on the roll. Victor steps out of bounds. That is not good. Now the Nuggets can make this a 2-possession game with the bucket. Murray, defended by James here, attacks the basket. Bron stops him in his tracks. Murray will kick it to Christian Brown. Brown gives it up to Porter Jr. A rare Porter pass to Gordon. Now it goes down to Jokic. Jokic fakes. Wembanyama, another block. Shot clock violation. What was Wembanyama doing after the block, bro? Oh, come on, man. He's hyped. He's celebrating. Victor making some incredible defensive plays against Jokic. He already has 2 blocks on Joker since we've hopped in. Bron, get the ball to Wemby. Clearly, he wants it. James will get the screen from Wembanyama. LeBron down to Victor. Victor puts Jokic in the basket. This game is tied up. Come on, man. About 50 seconds remain. Here comes Murray. Murray gonna step back. He'll swing it to Gordon. Now it goes to Brown. Brown standing still at the top of the key, throws it away. Wemby a steal, the best defensive player in the league, to Devin Vassell. Man, he just won the DPOY in this sim, and he's making plays like that. I gotta give him his props. He's playing like the best defensive player in the association. Oh my goodness, man. Nuggets will call timeout. They're probably flustered. A stop here would go a very long way for the San Antonio Spurs. Let's see if they can get it. MPJ into Jamal Murray. Murray looking for Jokic in the post. He'll find him. Joker trying to go at Wemby here. That might not be a smart decision, buddy. Wembanyama! The snatch block! The second snatch since we hopped in from Victor. This man is ridiculous, bro. And now he's about to seal the deal at the line. Oh my goodness, dude. Wembanyama just destroys Jokic in this head-to-head matchup in the clutch, dude. There's really no other way to put it. Murray pulls a three, misses. That'll do it. The Spurs on the verge of a 3-1 comeback against the Nuggets, and Jokic, he's got to be flustered. Wembanyama 5 blocks in this game. We saw 3 of them. Wow. Here we go. Game 7 on the way. If the Spurs win, they'll face the Wolves. They get off to a hot start. Oh my goodness, Spurs are cooking. Nuggets are trying to fight back late. We got a 5-point game. Minute 23 left. Nuggets started off slow, but they're back in it. We do have the ball right now. We don't even have to play crazy basketball. We just got to be slow and methodical. Get a few buckets. Get a few stops. We'll be all good. James gives it up to Vassell. Vassell will get the screen from Victor. Devin gives it down to LeBron. Bron backing down Murray. Puts up the layup. It's good. LeBron, he wants ring number 5 playing alongside Victor. Now here comes Jamal Murray. Murray gets the screen from Jokic. Jokic almost loses it. Gives it back to Murray. Murray over 2 defenders. Misses. Wemby blocks Jokic again. But Joker gets the board and puts it up and in. Nuggets back within 5 here. Let's take our time on this possession. No need to rush. James going at Murray here. Bron will give it to Vassell. Vassell to Kawhi. Leonard's layup is off. It's rebounded by the Joker. Now, whatever we do here, do not let up a 3-pointer. Jokic will give it up to Murray. Murray gets the screen from Joker. Jamal down to Jokic, who's defended by Kawhi. Great defense from Leonard, and that'll do it. The 3-1 comeback is complete. The San Antonio Spurs are going to the conference finals. 30 ball from Kawhi, 20 and 10 from Vassell. And here we go. The matchup we've all been waiting for. Wolves, Spurs. We're going to be in the Simcast for every single game, man. Because I really want to see the Wolves play. Game 1 of this series is pretty close so far. But it looks like the Spurs are going to create the separation they need here at the end. LeBron, a big game. But Ant and Curry, they were playing well. So, the Spurs are up 1-0. Bro, I was commentating that like the Wolves won the game. I thought the Wolves won for some reason. But yeah, the Spurs are up 1-0. And game 2 is going to be another Spurs win. If you're Minnesota, you got to lock in for game 3. You go down 3-0, this series is over with, man. And the Wolves, it's a close one. Come on, Minnesota. We got to jump in. Minute 27 left. Wolves are down by 2. Spurs have the ball. Like I've been saying, Minnesota needs this game. They can't afford to go down 3-0. LeBron James has it. He's defended by Steph. 2 rivals guarding each other. James down to Wemby. It's poked away by Clax. Leonard's able to get it. Now it'll go to Vassell. Now the ball goes to Keldon Johnson. Not much time left here for the Timberwolves. Johnson down to Wemby. Wemby going at Clax, misses. Where's Ant at? Hold on. Ant Edwards fouled out. So did Towns, and Curry's got 5. So the Wolves are in foul trouble here. Steph, he's going to have to be careful. Curry at the top of the key, working on James here, doing his signature Curry slide. Steph kicks it out to an open Naz Reid, and it's off. Wolves could have really used that bucket. Johnson gives it up to Leonard. Leonard going at Markkanen. His layup is off. He was out of control. Wemby, the rebound. Out to James for the 3. Oh my goodness. LeBron 10 in the 4th, and the Spurs are on the verge of taking a 3-0 lead. Let's see if Steph has something to say. Curry behind the back, steps back into a 3. It's off. The Wolves might be cooked. Keldon Johnson gives it up to Bron. Bron is fouled by Steph, and why would Steph do that? He's out of here. Now Uncle Mike Conley's in the game. Devin Vassell with it. Vassell gonna draw the double. He gives it up to Wembanyama. Wemby to James. James's three is good. It's over. LeBron James, a fourth quarter takeover, and the San Antonio Spurs are up 3-0. It's probably over with for Minnesota. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. They will win game 4. They win by a lot. They're showing they're not gonna give up just yet, but it'd take a miracle. Yeah, they're out of here in 5. The Spurs, a big game 5 win behind 40 from Kawhi. And we've got a Spurs-Knicks NBA Finals. Victor Wembanyama, LeBron James, and Kawhi Leonard taking on Brunson and all the elite wings in New York. Game 1 of the series is a Spurs win by 3. Game 2, another Spurs win, and this one wasn't even close. Oh, the Spurs are up 3-0. This is going to be a cakewalk, huh? Kawhi, 42. Knicks will get a game. They get 2 games. Hold on. This one might be far from over with, especially if the Knicks win game 6. Oh, never mind. The Spurs got it. Kawhi, 28 points. Wemby, 25, 16, and 7. Bron, only 14, but it didn't matter. Spurs get the W. Wemby wins Finals MVP. That was a very fun video filled with a lot of fun hopping games. Here are everybody's playoff stats in case you're curious. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.